Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Career and Skills Summit 2022. I am Priscilla Ekundare and I'm your host. Glad to be here today, tonight. Yeah, Nigerians, we're already in the night. Wherever you are joining us from, tell us your name and tell us where you're joining us from. We're glad to have you on board. We're very glad to have you on board. So I would like to see your comments rolling in. Career and Skills Summit 2022. And we are here to cause a mindset shift, a great moment for mental transformation that you need to evolve to a better reality of yourself in your chosen career. You're welcome. You're welcome. As you're coming in, tell us your name, tell us where you're joining us from. We can't wait to see your comments. Let the comments begin to roll in. Let the comments begin to roll in. Walmart Consulting, you're welcome. You are welcome to Career and Skills Summit 2022. It's going to be a great time here. Yes, it's going to be a great time here, and you cannot even wait to soak in everything that we have in store, everything that all the speakers have in store for you. Oh, you're welcome from Lagos. You're welcome. Iwale from Lekki, Lagos. You're welcome. Good to have you here. Tell us where you're joining us from. We are starting, and our speakers cannot even wait. Omo Babiri Adeola Oshideko tonight, and we are having Bolaji Babalola. You cannot wait. It's going to be a great time. So tell us where you're joining us from. Tell us where you're joining us from. And the moment you come in, just stay glued to your screen because you don't want to miss any session. You don't want to miss any session. I really do hope you can hear me. Joyce from Cameroon. You're welcome from Cameroon. How is Cameroon this evening? You're welcome. I can't wait. I have my pen, I have my notepad, wait to soak in everything myself. So get your pen, get your notepad ready, and be sure that you have to make action plans too. So it's not just about coming for an event, coming for a summit. It is coming to learn and being ready to put the things you're learning to action. So I hope I have action takers here today. Action takers, action takers, action takers. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Wale. All right. Thank you. So very soon our guest will be coming in, and I want you to prepare your mind. Prepare your mind. We'll be talking about a very important topic. Whether you are a student, whether you are a professional, a creative, whatever you are, you need this session because it talks more about branding yourself. So we all need to learn how to brand and doing it the right way. So Omobabirin Adeola Oshideko is coming to join us to smash this topic. Yes, within the minutes that she has to. So get ready. Get ready. Tell your friends to tell their friends that we have started, that we are live. So we are not wasting time. We are not wasting time. Woo! Oh God. Wow. We have our guests in the house already. We have our special guest in the house already. Wow. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Good to be here. Thank you for joining. Thank you for having me on your platform. It's really nice to be here. Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. Okay, thank you. Someone said you can hear me, but I'm not sure my host can hear me.
Good evening, ma'am. We are so happy to have you. We are so glad.
I'm happy to be here too. I'm happy to
Yes,
be here. Good evening. Thank you for having me.
it's our pleasure.
Okay, so do I have the floor now?
So, ladies and gentlemen, hold on. We're going
Okay.
to be introducing you in a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, a great personality in our midst, and she's a personal brand. I don't know the word to use now, but she's one of the experts in personal brand expert. So we cannot wait to introduce her. Team should kindly help. Please hold on. Oh, looks like there is a very serious technical issue.
Omobabirin Adiola Oshideko is a trained accountant chartered in Nigeria, the UK, and Canada. She loves accounting and finance so much but later discovered there is more to her than calculating figures. Minta, which means mommy in the abroad as fondly called by her tribe, is a first-class graduate of accounting and holds an MSc from the prestigious University of London, where she obtained her MSc in accounting. She is a full-time accounting and finance professional, but aside from that, she is a personal development coach, a branding expert, and social media influencer. Adiola has 2 online academies, one for personal development and the other for branding. PCD Academy and My Branding Academy, respectively. She is the Senior Director of Crystal Edge Professional Services, a training and branding consulting company. Adiola is a renowned international speaker who has spoken in different countries, both online and offline. She is the licensed organizer of TEDx Bingerville and has successfully organized a TEDx event in Bingerville, a city in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, in the western parts of Africa. Adiola has written 6 published books and 14 ebooks, and she has successfully coached over 10,000 people in personal development and branding. Over the last 3 years, Adeola has helped individuals and business owners build a strong and reputable brand online and offline. She has worked with clients across Africa. Minta has featured on various media such as Arise News London, TVC Nigeria, WebNG TV, Galaxy TV Nigeria, Tribune, Styleborn Magazine, Jidekaji Magazine, etc. She is a founder of the Coached by Omobabirin, a Facebook community of over 21,000 members. Adeola is the convener of the iconic brand awards TIBA, the Global Brand Summit, the Branded Woman Awards, and Personal Branding Affirmation Challenge. She is the editor-in-chief of the Crystals magazine. She is a multiple award-winning coach and influencer. She received her first award in November 2018, and since then, she has received over 35 awards, with an international award by African Peace Magazine UK being her latest. She is also one of the 100 most influential brand in 2021 as released by Jide Kaji Media. Adeola lives in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire with her family. She is a lover of arts, crafts, fashion, and travel adventures.
All right. Is my host here? Do I have the floor now? Can I go ahead with my presentation? Who is there? My host is not back. Okay. Can I have the go ahead? Please give me the go ahead to start. Where is my host? Who is watching me? If you are watching me, please let me know in the comments. I'm kind of confused right now. Okay.
Floor.
My host, can I go ahead with my
Floor
presentation?
now. Yes.
Can I go ahead with my presentation, please?
You can. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes. I heard you. Thank you.
Can you hear me,
Okay, yes, I can.
You can go ahead.
Just give me one minute.
Go ahead. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining. I hope you all had a good day, and I hope our weekend is going well. My name is Omobabirin Adeola Oshideko. I think I've been introduced, and I don't need to bother you with introduction again. So you're welcome to my presentation today, and today I'm going to be talking about personal branding, getting it right. Before I go ahead, I would like to say a big thank you to the organizer of this conference and all the team members who work together to make this conference a success. Thank you so much for having me, and I believe we are going to have a good time together today. I am a very interactive person, and most times when I talk, I like people to respond. I like people to drop comments. I like people to interact so that I will know, oh, we are together and I'm not alone. I am a branding expert, and I am a branding expert, a personal development coach, and a social media influencer. But today I'm going to be functioning more as a branding expert, and I'm going to be talking about personal branding, getting it right. Before I continue, please give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. Just 1 minute, I'll be back. All right, I am back. Thank you. So today I am going to be talking about personal branding, getting it right. Like I said, I am a branding expert, and I don't just talk about personal branding. I talk about anything that has to do with branding. Basically, we have three types of branding. We have personal branding, business branding, and corporate branding. Personal branding, business branding, and corporate branding. But today, like I said, I'm going to be talking more about personal branding. Now, what is personal branding? I know a lot of us would have heard about the word personal branding, but we really do not understand what personal branding is. It looks like a very big grammar that is so confusing. And anytime they ask you what is personal branding, you can't even lay your hands on it. So this is it. In layman term, personal branding is simply perception. Perception. Please help me put in the comment, perception. Personal branding is perception. How people perceive you as human being, as a person. You know, I told you we have three types of branding. We have personal branding, business branding, and corporate branding. So when we talk about perception for personal branding, we talk about how people perceive someone, how people perceive you, Adeola, how people perceive you, Wisdom, how people perceive you, Christabel, how people perceive you, Olusegun, how people perceive you as a person. Remember, we are talking about personal branding. So for business branding now, it will be how people perceive a business. How do people perceive First Bank? How do people perceive Globacom? How do people perceive Nitel? How do people perceive NAFDAC? How do people perceive a business? What comes to their mind? What kind of legacy or what kind of story has been stored up in their mind concerning that business? What are they thinking when they hear that business? Okay, so that is business branding. Then when we talk about corporate branding, we talk about limited liability companies. I want to believe that we understand the difference between limited liability company and business. Okay, business is just a one-man show, while a corporate organization or a corporate entity is a limited liability company or an NGO or a structured organization. Okay, so when we talk about corporate branding, we talk about branding at the level of corporate organization, whether a company, an NGO, or a government parastatal. So we talk about corporate branding at that level. But today, like I said, we're going to be talking more about personal branding. So when we say personal branding means perception, how people perceive you as a person. What comes to people's mind when they hear your name? What comes to their mind when they see your picture? What general perception have you been able to create around your name, around your image, around your identity? I have so many names now that when I mention them, something must come to your mind. When I mention Davido, what comes to your mind? Music, entertainment. So that means Davido has been able to build a personal brand for himself as a musician, as an entertainer. When I mention Michelle Obama, what comes to your mind? You talk about First Lady of the United States. You talk about a woman who supported her husband while he was in office. You talk about a mentor, a role model to millions of women across the globe. Okay, so a lot of things come to our mind when we hear the name of different personalities. And that is exactly what personal branding is. What a personal brand is. What a personal brand is. Personal brand is perception. Personal brand is perception. Now, when we talk about personal brand, the personal brand is just like a continuous tense. Branding, eating. I am eating. That means you're still doing it. It's like something that doesn't end. So branding is a continuous tense, and it means a process, an act, a process by which you create a unique identity for yourself as a person, a unique identity that resonates with people. Is a process of constantly promoting what you stand for. Like I said, branding is a continuous tense, is a continuous word. So branding is when you consistently promote what you stand for, your unique value, in order to create an impression or in order to create a perception in the mind of people. Are we together or I'm confusing you? I hope I'm not too complicated. So I said a personal brand is perception of people about you. A personal brand is the perception of people about you. Now, personal branding is the act or the process of creating that perception. So how do you create that perception? By continually or consistently promoting your unique values and identity. What you stand for, what you do, what you want people to know you for. So that is personal branding. Now, when we talk about personal branding, getting it right, there is a lot of misconception today about personal branding. The first misconception is that, please help me put it in the comments. People who are joining me from LinkedIn, you're welcome. Thank you for joining. People believe that when they talk about personal branding, it's just for people that are doing social media. It's just for people that are doing influencer. Oh, it's for motivational speaker and inspirational speaker. Not to concern me with personal branding. That is the number one misconception. The number one misconception is that personal branding is not for me. It's for some set of people. Let me come and tell you today that personal branding is for everybody. Can you help me put that in the comments? Personal branding is for everybody. Whether you're a career professional, whether you're a business owner, whether you're a student, whether you're an individual, whether you're self-employed, whether you're a full-time housewife, whoever you are, personal branding is for you. And you need to get it right. And that is why we are here today, because there's so many misconceptions, there's so many fallacy around personal branding that makes a lot of people not pay attention to it because, oh, they think it's not just for me, okay? So we are going to be taking those misconceptions one by one. So everybody wants to try to build a personal brand, right? You want to be known for something. Like if you come to me now, or if you mention my name somewhere now and say, do you know this lady, Omoba Bimi, or do you know this lady, Minta? People will be like, oh, I know her. She's a personal branding expert, or she's a branding expert, or she's a coach. Something comes to their mind. If you are an individual, you're a person. Remember, we're talking about personal branding. This has nothing to do whether you have a business or not. Please don't get it twisted. Because so many people believe that, oh, it's people that are selling online. It's people that are selling on Instagram, that are selling fabrics, or they are selling cups, or they are selling shoe and bag, that are the one that should be bothered about personal branding, not to concern me with personal branding. Don't get it twisted. Personal branding is for everybody. Because we say personal is for you, not your business. We have business branding, which is for your business. We have corporate branding, which is for your company. The one we're talking about right now is personal branding, and it's for you as a person. So, why do you think personal branding is even important? Or why should you brand yourself as a person? Now, people brand themselves for three reasons. Number one is for influence. Please help me put this point in the comments. Thank you, everyone who has been dropping comments. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, George. Thank you, Mulara Bankole. Thank you, Olusegun Clarion. Thank you, everyone who has been joining. Gabriel Fortune, thank you. So, three reasons why people brand themselves. I'm even talking about personal branding now. Three reasons why people do personal branding. Number one, for influence. People want to get influential. Influence is when you have the capacity to effect a change on a certain group of people or a number of people. That is what we call influence. You have the power to effect a certain level of change. You have the power to sell your ideology to them in such a way that it will be acceptable. You have a lot of followers. You have a lot of people who look up to you. That's what being influential means. You're popular. Yeah, popularity too is part of being influential. You have a large number of followers. You're popular, and you deliver quality value. You deliver quality content that has an effect on the life of people. That's what it means to be an influential person. So people build their personal brand for influence. That's number one. Number two, people build their personal brand for business. Because we discover that a lot of times business owners do not pay attention to their personal brand. They are just like, oh, I am the MD and CEO of Crystal Health Professional Services, and that's all. let me tell you, in as much you don't have a company yet, like I said, there's a difference between business and company. Business is for one-man show. Company is a well-structured and well organized. That's what they call it, organization, because it has a structure and it is well organized. In as much you are still an SME, small and medium entrepreneur, you need personal brand. That means you're still a business owner, right? Then you need personal branding. So people do personal branding for business, because in business, people only buy for you. People only buy from you when they know you, like you, and trust you. Don't deceive yourself. Business and company, they are not the same thing. They operate on different levels. Business, company, they operate on different levels. Okay? As much as you're still a business owner, you need to pay attention to your personal brand. Don't want to be comparing yourself with people who already have a company. A company is going to sell itself. It's just like this adage in Yoruba. They will say, I will say it in Yoruba and interpret it again. They will say, Gary o need ipolowo. It means that Gary, cassava flakes doesn't need advertisement. There is nobody that doesn't know Gary now. Like even the newborn child knows Gary. So you don't even need to carry Gary and go to the television and say, I want to start advertising. Everybody come and buy that. No. So that's the way it is for companies. They have a more structured corporate branding arrangement to brand themselves, to push out their publicity, to push out their visibility. At the level of company, you don't even need to do so much. Just take care of your public relations, take care of your marketing, then you're good to go. But for you as a business owner, you don't have public relation department, do you? You don't have. Do you have a customer service department? No, you don't have. Do you have a marketing department? You don't have. You are the only one doing everything. You are the clerk, you are the accountant, you are the delivery man, you are the sales girl, you are everything. So you need to pay attention to your personal brand, because people are virtually buying from you as a person rather than buying from your business. A lot of people today don't even know my business name. They just know that, oh, Minta, she's good. We like her. She delivers value and all that. And they come to me. So it is maybe when they now come, they pay for my coaching services and now issue an invoice to them or a receipt to them in the name of my company. That is when they even know I have one business, in the name of my business, rather. That is when they now know that, oh, I even have a business. To them, I don't have a business. It's just me they are dealing with. So people need to know you, like you, and trust you before they can do business with you. And that is why you need to pay attention to your personal branding. Then the third reason why we do personal branding is for career growth. So if you are a career professional here and you need to accelerate in your career, you need growth, you need promotion, you need advancement in your career, then you should pay attention to your personal branding. Because let me bust your bubble. 80% to 90% of employers check out their prospective candidates online before they even have an interview with them. You will discover that some of the applications you have even sent, you are not getting response. Thank you very much, Abraham. Brahams, thank you. Reasons for personal branding, for influence, for business, and for career growth. Thank you. You discover that for career growth, a lot of them check you out, and you're wondering, and they're not even calling me for interview. Maybe they have checked you out and they see that apart from your core technical skill, you don't have any other thing to offer. Let me shock you today. I have seen a lot of job descriptions, a lot of job adverts. They will put as part of their job description, or maybe required skills. They will put public speaking as one of the required skills. They will put coaching and mentoring. So that is to tell you that workplace is no longer business as usual. A lot of changes is happening right now to workplace. They now want you to bring extra value apart from your technical skills. For instance, if you're an accountant, for me now, I'm an accountant. I know accounting, I can prepare financial statements, I can do this, I can balance accounts, I can prepare profit, income statements, balance sheet, and all of that. But apart from that, what other skills, what other value can you add in the workplace? For instance, if you tell them, oh, I have a public speaking and presentation skills, or I have a communication skills, they'll be like, oh, that would be very useful for us. So this is one of the things. Good evening, Blessing Ododo. Thank you for joining me. So this is one of the things that adds to your, they say it adds feathers to your heart. It helps you to gain more advantage, or it helps you to gain an edge over your competitors. A lot of people are looking for a job everywhere. What makes you different? What makes you stand out? What other things are you bringing to the table? And that is why you need to pay attention to your personal branding. Okay, so the concept of personal branding has been around for ages. And personal branding involves, please follow me, personal branding involves crafting an image that represents what you are offering to the world. Crafting an image. Please let me put it in the comments. Crafting an image that represents what you are offering to the world. What value do you want to offer to the world? For instance, I am offering the value of coaching, public speaking. So I try to create an image of that on my social media platforms. By the way, you can create your personal brand on social media or off social media. It can be online or offline, depending on whichever you choose. But I usually tell people that building your brand online is faster, easier, and cheaper. Faster, easier, and cheaper. Faster in the sense that with your phone, you can do so many things. You can create content, you can take pictures, you can write articles, you can join a live video, you can do a live video, you can attend conferences, seminars, and all that. So, yeah, it's quite fast, cheap, because you don't have to be worrying about transport fare or money to publish something in the magazine or in the newspaper. Right there, you have all the things you need to carry out your personal brand. Okay, so another thing, you can build your personal brand online or offline. So, okay, I've said that. Personal branding involves crafting an image that represents what you're offering to the world. What are you offering? What value do you have? Mentoring, coaching, you just want to be a role model to groom other young people. You have passion for women or for children or for teenagers or for adults or young adults, or you have passion for the less privileged, or you have passion for women in entrepreneurship, or you have passions for people in agriculture. You know, what value are you just bringing to the table? It can vary depending on your passion and your interests and your areas of strength. Okay. So whether it is a product, it can be a product, it can be a service, it can be an experience you've had in the past that you want to introduce to the world, or you want people to learn from it. Whether it's a good experience or bad experience, doesn't matter. Experience is experience. Okay, it can be experience, it can be a mindset, it can be expertise, it can be talents, it can be an ability to solve problems. Anything you have to offer, anything, your skills. You know how to design a good graphic, or you're a good web designer. That is a value you're bringing to the table. You know, let me tell you, even if you're a fashionista, it's a value. A lot of people don't even know how to dress. When they combine everything together, you'll be wondering, thank you for joining. So if you're like me, that you're a fashionista, you can come to your social media handles and start teaching people about fashion. Start teaching people how to combine colors, teaching people how to source for their fabrics, how to source for their wares, where to get affordable material, where to get affordable clothing, and all of that. So that is the value. So it might be even out of your hobby, something you like doing. For some people, they like arranging. They like arranging house. Like if you go to their house now, everything is pam, 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 very well organized. And if you're somebody like that, that's your value. You can teach us how to, they call it one name. I will try to remember it, like decluster. Yeah, how to decluster your house. A lot of people have a lot of jagajantis in their house that they are not using and they are not disposing it. It's just there. Okay, so those are the things, those are the type of value you can bring in form of skills, expertise, experience, talent, ability to solve problems, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that is what personal branding is all about. So Another misconception. I've mentioned one misconception about personal branding, that some people believe that personal branding is not for them. Personal branding is actually for everyone. Another misconception is that personal branding has to do with you faking it, you being inauthentic. A lot of people will say, oh, fake it till you make it. Or they think or they believe that everybody building a brand online are just fake. That's another thing. They say, oh, all of you are fake. It doesn't matter. Or that's not the right word to use. You don't have to fake anything when you're building a brand. You don't have to borrow posts. Everything I'm wearing today, from my head to my toe, is my own. I don't borrow, and I don't buy on credit because I want to appear on social media. I live within my means and I look presentable. Okay, so you don't have to fake anything. A lot of people believe that, oh, all these people on social media, they are fake people. No, it's not everybody that is fake. Apologies, I am not fake. I build authenticity. In fact, on my WhatsApp a few days ago, I was sharing some things, and I asked people that I said something. Somebody was like, I really wish to meet you one-on-one. Okay, the person has met me before. She was like, she really did not have time to talk to me the last time she met me. That she really wants to know whether this is the way I am, the way I was talking, using my phone, talking. And my mouth is very sharp. If you don't know me, my mouth is very sharp, even from the way I type and all that. And she was like, are you sure this is who you are in real life? I said, this is me. So I now asked few people that, okay, who can be my witness? Like, is there any change? If you have met me offline before, is there anything that is different from my online personality and offline personality? And a lot of people like, you are the same, no difference, nothing, no change. The way I am real life, I'm down to earth. I am offline, online is the same way. So personal branding does not mean you should not be authentic. Be yourself. Do not form anything. Do not fake anything. Come out the way you are. It helps people to be able to connect with you better. Let me tell you something. People can smell fakeness from afar. They can smell it. Even if they don't tell you, they know it, that you are fake. And I've seen a lot of people now, not even 1, 2, 3. I've seen a lot of people say, oh, Minta, you know what? The reason why we like you is just because you're real. You're so real. You're so raw. You're not trying to be who you are not. You're not trying to fake anything. You're not trying to cover anything up. You're not trying to pretend. You're just real. And I'm like, real? What is real? What does it mean to be real? So it was later I discovered that a lot of people are actually paying attention and they know people who are real. And I'm just like, real. Because when you are not hiding, it's just like this saying that says, if you are not lying, you don't need to remember anything. Like if you ask me, what is the color of my cup? And it is off-white. If I tell you off-white and you see me tomorrow, not even tomorrow, after 10 years, and you say, oh, that's your cup, what's the color? I'll say off-white. I don't need to start remembering that, oh, that day that I told you, what did I say? Did I say off-white or green or yellow? So when you're real, you're real. You don't have to, even you will be wondering, what's the big deal? Like, I'm real. This is me. So personal branding helps you to be, one of the misconceptions is that people have to fake things when they are doing personal branding. Okay, another misconception is that once you brand yourself, that's all. You don't need to work hard. Personal branding does not replace hard work. Because you have the glamour, the glitz and the glamour, does not mean that you have arrived. People, when they spend so much on photo shoots, I do not live in Nigeria. I live in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire. And anytime I come to, because I don't really like their photography services. Even their makeup is zero. Like, it's not even something I'm used to. Or like the one in Nigeria. So anytime I come to Nigeria, either for an event or I came for anything, I usually take that opportunity to do a photo shoot. So I do photo shoots. I use like 3, 4, 5 outfits because I don't know when I will come back. Maybe in the next 1 year. So at least I will be using those pictures for the time being. Now, and I spent a lot of money on my photo shoot. The last one I did, I think I spent 85,000 for photo shoots, just photo shoot. My clothings are not there. Clothings are not there. And most of my clothings, all of the 5 clothings that I used are new. Of course, people gave me some as gifts. But what am I trying to say is that When you see those beautiful pictures and I post them, glitz and glamour, and I'm like, oh, since I have done photo shoots of 85,000 naira, I don't need to deliver any value again. Let me just be posting my picture and be writing anything I like. No, it doesn't work like that. Personal branding should come with a level of value. In fact, your value is the center of personal branding. Remember, we say personal branding is the process of consistently promoting what you stand for. So your main thing that we can even say is your personal brand is the value you have to deliver, or is the value you have to offer, or is the value you are bringing to the table. So those are the few misconceptions about personal branding. So I will mention a few things because I think my time is almost up. I have like 5 minutes more. So personal branding is important because it allows you to present who you are and what you have to offer in a clear and concise manner. Personal branding helps you to communicate your value in a clear and concise manner. Building your personal brand can help people understand your skills, your value, your experience, and match it up with their needs. People will be able, from your personal brand, from your social media, the way you brand yourself on social media, it will help people to understand what is your values, or what are your values, what are your skills, what are your expertise, what are your experiences like, and they'll be able to match it up with their needs. Do I need this person? And that's why the people will follow you, will see, oh, so person follow you. Favor of Friday, thank you for joining. Favor of Friday has followed you. Blessing Ododo has followed you. Olusegun has followed you. Damilola Oladele has followed you, you know. A lot of people will start following you because they look at your profile. They look at your social media and they say, oh, this person has what I need. They start following you one by one. Okay? So how do you get started creating a personal brand? I've mentioned it that you can create your personal brand online or offline. But today I'm going to be talking more about online because we are all online. If we are not online, I will not be able to be speaking to you today because I know like 99% of people who are watching these are from Nigeria. I am not from Nigeria. I know so many other people are also watching from other countries. So if not for online that brought all of us together, we will not be here today. We will not be doing what we are doing here today, okay? So get started on creating your personal brand. So when you want to get started, what are the questions you need to ask yourself? What are the questions you want to ask yourself? How do I present myself? How do I present myself? I want to present myself in a very presentable manner. I don't want to start explaining what presentable means, but I want to believe that we are all adults and we know what it means for something to be presentable or someone to be presentable. Something that is clean, like you're not posting anyhow thing. You're cautious about what you're posting. There are some content that don't have business with social media. I tell people on my WhatsApp status that there are so many things I post on my WhatsApp that can never make it to social media. WhatsApp is not social media. Please don't get it twisted. WhatsApp is not social media. WhatsApp is a messaging app. Okay. Social media is the likes of LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, and so on. Those are the social media platforms. WhatsApp is a messaging app. Telegram is a messaging app. So there's so many things that will never make it because I know that they are not presentable. And I don't want to create that kind of image. There's so many sharp mouths I do on my WhatsApp that I will never do on social media because I know it's going to affect the way people perceive me. You remember what we said about personal branding? Personal branding is about perception. So how do you want people to perceive you is a function of what you push out, what you post, your content, the things you do, the posts you comment on. A lot of the only place they will see you is when they are trolling other people. And you will think people are not watching you. People are actually watching you. You know, there was a post 3 days ago. That's not the first time they'll be making such posts anyway. And I saw a lot of comments. I saw some people that they are constant, when they say constant K, they are constant K with that kind of thing. It is where they are trolling people. That is where you will see them. But once you go there and you did not see their name there or their comments, you should know that there's something that is not right. They know themselves. Those people, they know themselves. Okay, so you don't want to create that kind of impression because the truth is people are actually watching you. You might think people are not watching. They don't know. What are they? You know, there was a story I read some times ago. A boy was admitted into Harvard University. They've even given him admission and all of that. So he was planning to move to USA, and they tried to do some little research about him further before he came to the US, before he went to the US. And they discovered that there was this post where they were discriminating women that this guy liked. He did not comment, though. He just clicked like, pam, and that was it. And you know what? In that story, we were told that the admission of that guy was revoked just because of that small thing. Just because of that small thing. So it is very important you pay attention to the things you like on social media, the things you comment on, because people are watching. In fact, if you are now on LinkedIn, the way it works on LinkedIn is that there's a space for your post, there's a space for your activity. So even if I don't know you and I come to your page now, I have the opportunity to know the posts that you like and comment on. So I have a place where I can check your activity. And with that, I will create a perception about who you are. So you don't want to get involved in messy things, trolling. You don't want to get involved in online bitterness. A lot of you do that. In fact, some of you that are watching me are in that category. You are bitter people. You always go where they are trolling people or where they are discussing controversial issues. So you want to ask yourself, what kind of image do I want to present? That's number one. Number two is you want to choose your activities. What do you want to be doing? What do you want to be known for? For instance, for me, I am known for coaching, personal branding, personal development, social media influencing, and probably mentoring. Okay, so public speaking, yes, that's another thing I'm known for. So there are so many things you can choose from. You can choose from your talents, from your skills, from your expertise, from your experience, from things you love to do, things you have interest in, things you have passion for. So you can choose any of them, maybe 2 or 3 of them, and you say, okay, this is what I want to be doing. This is what I want to be known for. So that's another way to build your personal brand. Then number 3 is check. Okay, check whether your area of interest resonates with you. Check whether it ties up with your personality. Because a lot of times you see people doing things because other people are doing it. Oh, my friend is now into branding. Let me also run and go and be doing branding. Oh, you now say, oh, I am now a branding coach. Or your friend is now selling jewelry. Oh, let me to sell it and go and be selling jewelry. Oh, my friend is now, what again? A fashion designer. Oh, yeah, fashion designer. Yeah, let us be fashion designing. You know, you are just copying everybody because you don't have a mind of your own. So you need to ask yourself, this thing I have chosen, does it resonate with me? Does it resonate with my personality? Does it align with my values and my beliefs? Is this something I want to do? Is it something I enjoy doing? That's another thing. You can ask me to do a public presentation, public speaking like I'm doing from now to tomorrow, and I'll not even be tired. Like I won't even be tired. Okay, so your interest is very, very important when you are considering building a personal brand. So thank you, everyone. Personal branding is actually very wide. It's not something we can finish today. Like, no, we can't finish that today. And I will just take questions for 10 minutes. I'll just take questions for 10 minutes. Then we can call it a day. So personal, like, it's deep. We cannot, if I have to be going on and on and on and on, we just sleep here, you know. This is something people learn for 1 month, course, training, coaching, and all that. So it's not something we can finish today. But I believe with the little I have explained, we all have a clear understanding of what personal branding is and what we should consider when we are trying to build a personal brand. What are the misconceptions of personal brand? And so what are the things you can use to build your personal brand? You can use your skills, your talent, your experience, your expertise, and so on and so forth. Okay, so my host, where are you? I would love you to come around. I'm done with my presentation. I think we need to take questions now. Please, if you have a question, drop it in the comments so that I will quickly answer it before we call it a day. Thank you, everyone, for staying tuned.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but your picture is frozen. But it's fine. You can just speak on since I can hear you. It's cool.
Okay. Thank you very much for the session. Thank you very much. Oh,
You're welcome. Do we have any questions? Can you see questions there? I can't
okay.
see
Can
any
you see
questions.
me now?
No, you can see you, but your picture is frozen. But don't worry about that. Since I can hear you, then we are good. Charity,
I
what's
think
up?
people are
Thank
not coming up
you.
with their questions. If you have, okay, all right. If you, thank you very much for
Okay,
this
somebody
session.
is trying to ask a question.
Thank so much. And
Priscilla, can you hear
I
me?
have a question. If there is no question,
Okay, please go ahead and ask your own question then. I believe everybody will learn from it.
yes, I can hear you.
Please go ahead with your question.
Does anyone have a question?
Yes, I have a question here from my own platform. Maybe I should quickly ask that
Okay,
while people are
as
trying to.
different
So,
areas of
somebody,
interest. For example,
okay, I think the network is doing some abracadabra here. Your voice is late. Your voice gets to me very
a
late.
physiologist. Oh,
You have serious
oh,
issues with your network, Cecilia. It's not
it's my
clear, it's breaking, and your
network.
voice is
It's
getting to me
it's my
very late.
network. I'm sorry about that. Okay,
Okay.
I have. Let me just go on and hope that it would be sent and delivered well. I have different areas of interest. I, I
Okay.
am a physiologist. I love health. I love talking about health. I am a graphic designer. I write. I
Okay.
do different things all together. I love community service, reaching out to
Okay.
teenagers and all these things together and call it a personal brand. Like, is it like now, yeah, this is what people know me as. Some people know me as a graphic designer. Some people know me as a manager. Some know me as um, a teenager's advocate. Those things differently on their own. Are they personal brands
Okay.
or doing them all together as my personal brand or separate them and say this is my business, this one is just for reaching out to people, this one is just for yes, all those things.
Okay, I understand
How
your
do I
question. I received that question so
make
many
them
times.
distinct, distinguishing them?
I received that question so many times. So what it is even if you have 10,000 things that you like or you're doing or you still need to prioritize it and say,
Okay.
okay, which one? Because I also do a lot of things, but I don't build a brand around all of them. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the first thing is deciding which of them do you want to build a brand around, which of them do you want to be known for. You can be doing you can have interest in so many things, you can be versatile with
Yes.
so many things, you can be skilled with so many things, but you don't want to build a brand around it. So you will just say, okay, out of the 10 things I know how to do, which of it do I want to build a brand around? Okay, for instance, let me use myself as an example. I am an accountant, and I know a lot of people don't even know I'm an accountant. I am I am versatile with accounting, I'm versatile with finance, but I do not build a brand around finance. Even on LinkedIn, we see people that are into accounting for SMEs. They teach SMEs how to keep their record, how to create their financial statement and all of that. I did not choose to build a brand around accounting. So accounting can stay offline. Accounting can work offline while I push other things online. So the question is, which of them do you want to build a brand around? That's number one question. Number two question is prioritize them. How important they are or how impactful they are. So when you prioritize them, just pick three, the top three. Let the other ones, let them stay offline. You don't need to put them online so that you don't confuse your audience or confuse people that are following you. So pick the top three. Once you prioritize it and say, you know what, I like public speaking, number one, that's the most important to me, public speaking. Number two, women empowerment. Number three, teenagers and teens. Number four, graphic designing. So when you list it out in order of priority, you can pick the top three and say, these are the three I'm going to promote online. So that's what I usually advise people. Don't pick more than three because you will bore your audience, you will confuse them. So the three you can, for me now, like I said, I am a branding expert, I am a personal development coach, and I'm a social media influencer. So I do those three. And I create content around those three occasionally. So this week now, if I talk about personal branding, if I talk about personal development, maybe next week I can talk about branding. The upper one, I talk about social media influencing. So I just share my time around those three things. And I create my bio or profile in such a way that those three things are included and people know that, okay, these are the things you're doing. So that is my answer to that question. I hope it answers your question. So I saw a question here. Somebody is asking that if you have a personality before you start your online journey, and because you now know better, because there's an adage that says when you know better, you will do better. And because you now know better, you kind of adjust your personality and say, okay, this is what I want to showcase. And people are now saying you are fake, you are fake, because this is not who you are, you are offline. This is not who you are.
Also has a
so
similar question.
What you can do is, once you are able to figure out who you want to be online, once you're able to figure out that, then make sure that you have a personality that matches it offline. It doesn't take time. You don't need to go to school to learn that. Just make sure whatever it is you're portraying or you're preaching or you're talking about online, match up with your personality. Maybe you have to do some changes around yourself, work on yourself, develop yourself, unlearn, relearn, and learn. Just make sure that at the end of the day, as you move, as you progress in your journey, you create a personality that is same online and offline. And I believe that answers your question. Do we have any other question? Somebody is asking that what is the difference between unique selling points and your personal brand? Unique selling point is part of your personal brand.
Thank you very much.
Unique selling point is just like the subset of your personal brand.
Okay.
So are we good to go? Are we good to go? Am I
there are no questions
I'm hungry. Priscilla, are we good to go? I can hear you. Okay, I want to leave the chat room now. Thank you very much for having me, and I wish you a successful conference. God bless you and all your team members. God bless you, David Akinwale, and all the team members that are part of this.
At all.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So, it's up from. Can you hear me? Oh, Kemi. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. everyone. Very soon we'll be having Eska the DJ, and will be joining us soon. Just in your comment section, just send love emojis to Minta, Coach Minta, our mom in the abroad. That's what we call her, mom in the abroad. Oh, we have our guests in the house. We have our guests in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the house, Mr. Bolaji Babalola. The technical department should kindly share the profile of our next speaker. Can you all hear me?
Bolaji Babalola is a business and leadership development coach, a capacity building strategist at Sixth Sense Consulting, a business and capacity building company. Bolaji is the coordinator of human development platforms such as LB360, Leadership and Business 360, Lead for Students, Lead Pro, Leadpreneur, and I Am Purple, a mentoring platform for tertiary students from various institutions. These platforms have raised and trained over 8 Bolaji Babalola is a business and leadership development coach, a capacity building strategist at Sixth Sense Consulting, a business and capacity building company. Bolaji is the coordinator of human development platforms such as LB360, Leadership and Business 360, Lead for Students, Lead Pro, Leadpreneur, and I Am Purple, a mentoring platform for tertiary students from various institutions. These platforms have raised and trained over 8,000 students in the city of Abeokuta and other southwest campuses. Bolaji is a trainer, a pastor, and an international conference speaker. He promotes healthy work lifestyle, a personal balanced lifestyle, and a self-motivated drive. Bolaji Babalola is a business and leadership development coach, a capacity building strategist at Sixth Sense Consulting, a business and capacity building company.
Hello, good evening, everybody. I want to believe you can hear me, but I can't hear anything. I noticed my profile was played, but I didn't hear it. So I want to believe you can hear me, right? Let me check the chat box. If you can hear me, please drop. All right, you can hear me. Beautiful, beautiful. I want to say thank you to the entire team for having me here. Thank you, Adewumi. Thank you. Thank you. I feel at home already. Okay. I think in the next 20, 30 minutes, I'll be doing justice to identifying new opportunities and untapped potentials, right? And I want you to go ahead with me. It's going to be a short but impactful one. My name is Bolaji Babalola. I'm a capacity building strategist. I help entrepreneurs and business owners to create systems and structures that ultimately enhances their productivity, profitability, and performance, right? So tonight, I'm a capacity building strategist, and I'm going to be sharing some of the things I understand about having capacity for whatever it is you let me adjust my okay. I don't know if this is large enough. I would have loved to. Okay. All right. So I would like to share how capacity building affects absolutely everything we do, even though opportunities are everywhere, right? A lot of people have this mentality, they have this mindset that opportunities are in certain places, not wherever they are located, right? You hear people say, we don't have so much opportunity in the northern part of Nigeria. When I move to Southwest, I'll have more opportunities. And I can tell you the truth that there are hundreds of thousands of people living in Southwest that also feel the same, that there are not so many opportunities here, except I move out of my region. Now, do you know the interesting thing is there are people that live outside the country that want to come here because they feel there are opportunities here. And there are people here that want to live here that feels there are opportunities out there. So we are going to be looking at this and what role does capacity building play in all of this, right? Because one thing I believe strongly is that opportunities are everywhere, right? I wish someone can help me put that in the chat box. Opportunities are everywhere, right? If you can hear me, put that in the chat box. Let me see that opportunities are everywhere. All right, so let's start. What the world in which we are, it's transactional in nature, right? I need to explain this so you can get this. The world in which we are is transactional in nature. What do I mean by that? It means you've got to give something to get something in return. You've got to give something to get something in return. If you are not willing to give, you are not going to receive. It's that plain, it's that clear, it's that simple, it is that defined. Now, let's look at the systems we have here. The world in which we live in runs on systems and structures. But it's quite sad and unfortunate that a lot of people start business or they work in an organization. You are an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur, you still do not have systems and structures for the things you do. That's quite unfortunate. Even the world in which you live, the planet on which you work, you live, you sleep, you move, is built on systems, right? So let's look at this. It's an ecosystem. The sun, the cloud releases the rain, right? So the rain comes down, wets the grasses, the plants, the fruits, the soil, the trees, the soil, and everything. And the sun comes out and drains, evaporates the water, right? Evaporates the water back into the skies. And when the skies are filled up again, they release the water, right? Can you see that same system? That's the system through which rain falls. All right, look at the oxygen we breathe in. The trees release the oxygen. We take in the oxygen and we release the carbon dioxide. So can you see that system? It's transactional in nature. If the trees do not release the carbon dioxide, they don't get the oxygen. If we do not release the oxygen, we don't get the carbon dioxide, right? So it's transactional in nature. There is a system by which we give something and we get something in return, right? So I'm going to opportunities and untapped potentials, but I need to lay this foundation clearly so that people do not see there is a misconception about opportunities. Everybody just feel like opportunity will show up, then I just pick it up, then I just run with it. No, it doesn't work that way. Opportunities do not just show up like that. Everything has a cause and effect. So opportunities are effect of a cause. There must have been something that would have been done for you to have opportunity. Opportunities are not the cause. Opportunity are effects, right? Let me say that clearly. Opportunities are effects of something that has been done or that has occurred or that has happened, right? Opportunity is not the main thing. Opportunity is a result, is a product of something that has been done, right? So it's important we know that. So I was talking about the system of the planet where we live. So I said it's transactional in nature. The same thing with opportunities. You've got to be willing to give something to get something, right? So people who give value, they get value in return, which is very, very important. We know that you give value, you get value in return. If you do not give value, you don't get value in return. So it's important that everyone on this call get to know what I'm talking about, right? Get to know what I'm talking about. So here we go. Capacity building. What you can contain depends on what your capacity is. You can contain as much as your capacity permits. You can't take beyond your capacity. I am a believer, I'm a Christian, and I hear a lot of other Christians praying that they should have an overflow, and you say, fill my cup, let my cup overflow. My question is, why does it need to overflow and waste? Why not enlarge your capacity? That's the truth. You might not understand what I'm saying. It's okay. But this is the point. How do you stay on the same level and all your resources you are experiencing, you keep pouring into a cup, so it's not that it has finished in the sauce. The sauce still has more than enough, but the cup cannot take more than what it has taken. So the remaining spills over and it's flowing, and we call it overflow. Most times, what people call overflow, it's because they do not have capacity and it's a wastage, right? Everything becomes wasted because you just refuse to enlarge. I tell people, if you find yourself in a situation where you have products or you have items or materials that you need to put into a room, listen to me and follow me clearly. You have materials you need to put into a room, and you've stocked those stores into the room, and the room cannot contain it anymore. Yet you have some stuffs left outside. You have two options. Before I share that two options, let me tell you, life will never leave you without options. Life will always leave options. But those who have capacity to see it, we see those options as opportunities, right? So when you have situations like that, you have two options. Either you break a wall and expand the room, right, to put in more stuffs, or you just say, this is all I can take. I don't care about the remaining. And that's what a lot of people do. In their career, in their businesses, they just sip in those ones they have capacity for, the responsibility or the task or the project or whatever it is they have responsibility for. They take it in, and because they've taken in quote, enough, they feel they can't have the other one. So I repeat that. If you have stuff to put into a room, you've got two options. The first is to break the room and expand the room. Or you shut the room with what you've got inside and you do not bother yourself with whatever is outside. So I've seen a lot of people say, I'm tired, I can't take too much of this, right? I'm going to explain that. There's nothing too much. It's just the space that is too small. There is absolutely nothing too much. It's just the space that is too small. I say that again. There's nothing too much. It is the space that is too small, right? So it's very important that you know that. If you have a bank account and you have not expanded or extended the limit of your bank account, you've not extended the limit. There's a way on your app, or you go to see your officer, your bank account officer, and you tell the person that help me expand the limit of my account. You know what you're doing? You're telling them enlarge the capacity, which means I open it as a student and it can only take 200,000. But right now, I want you to help me enlarge the capacity to absorb, to take 5 million. You know what you're just doing? You are expanding the capacity. Now let's look at it. If 5 million was to be sent into that previous account, but because the limit of that account is 200,000, but 5 million couldn't enter, does it mean that 5 million is too much? Or does it mean that the space is too small? So let me say that again. In this world, winners are those who have the mentality, the mindset that there's nothing too much. The space might be small, right? When you see 1,000 people and you're trying to fit 1,000 people into a hall, and you say to yourself, 1,000 people is too much, let me just go for 500 people. Some people are feeling 5,000 people, they are fitting 5,000 people into another hall. So is it that 5,000 is too much, or the space you have is too small? So let me say that again one more time before I go on. To everyone on this call, there is nothing too much. The space might be small, but there's nothing too much, right? So that's clear. All right. So opportunities everywhere, but the greatest investment you can have is investment in self. Don't forget, I'm driving towards new opportunities and potentials, but the truth is, you will never maximize potentials, you will never maximize opportunity if you do not enlarge your capacity. And I say that again, capacity that is enlarged is the one that maximizes potentials and opportunities, right? Thank you very much. Yes, there's nothing too small. It's the space that is too small. Okay, let's look at this scenario. You want to maximize potentials. Because when I was asked to speak about this, I asked myself, really, potentials, millions of people they've got potentials, but they never maximize it. Have you heard someone say that the richest place on earth actually is the graveyard? Why? Because a lot of people died with what they could have been, but they never became. They died with what they could have been, but they never became, right? Now, let's look at this. Everyone on this call, and I need you to think about this clearly. Number one, a 5-year-old girl has the potential to give birth to a child. Let me say that again. For everyone on this call, a 5-year-old girl, she's got the potential to give birth to a child, but she doesn't have the capacity to carry pregnancy yet. Why? Because she's 5-year-old. Right? She's a 5-year-old. She's got the potential. Any child that is given birth to and is a female, any female child's got the potential to become a woman and to carry pregnancy for 9 months and to deliver a baby or babies, right? But at 3-year-old, at 5-year-old, she doesn't have the capacity. So there might be potential, but if capacity is missing, potential is useless. Right? Let me say that again. There might be potential. If capacity is missing, the potential is not enough. Right? So it's important. Let's go on. Remember I said you can take only as much as your capacity permits. The world is filled with abundance. There are opportunities everywhere, in career, in businesses. Opportunities everywhere. Let me tell you, as we are talking right now, it's morning on another side of the world. Here, it's 20 minutes after 8. But another side of the world, it's morning. They are greeting themselves, good morning. Do you know what that means? That means when you are going to bed, thinking the opportunity for the day has been exhausted, some people are waking up to new opportunities. Opportunities go round the clock. Opportunities do not end at any point, right? So people that have the capacity can sit here in the middle of the night and still maximize opportunities in Asia while they are during the day, while they are waking up, or in North America while they are in their noon. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So is it that opportunities shut down at a particular time? Absolutely not. Because there will never be a time, listen to this, there will never be a time in this world when everybody on the world is asleep at the same time. Think about that. Let me give you a second to think about that. Think about it. Will there ever be a time everybody on the face of this planet is actually sleeping the same time? Asia is sleeping, Africa sleeping, North America, South America, Middle East, Europe sleeping, Australasia sleeping. It's impossible. There will never be a time in this world in your lifetime that everybody will be sleeping. You know what that means? That means opportunities never sleep. Oh my God, I wish someone can get that and get that into his or her head. Opportunities do not sleep. So when you sleep, opportunities fly around. So it takes capacity, right? It takes capacity. You know, a guy was introducing me to something. We were speaking a few days ago, and the guy said to me that I make $100 per day. And the guy is right here in Nigeria. I make $100 per day. I said, that's amazing. I want to be involved in that. Now, he said to me, he said, but are you ready to only sleep for 4 hours every day? I said, what am I doing? What am I doing? That tells you opportunities do not sleep, but it takes capacity to catch up with opportunity. All right, so let's go on. So the greatest investment is the investment in self. Not even in your business, but in self. Oh my God, I don't have time. I'm telling you, this is one of the things I enjoy doing. I'm a capacity building strategist. I help business owners. I help entrepreneurs. I help corporate organizations. I love doing this, and I have so much to say, but I do not have so much time. But here is it. Look at this. Look at this. If you are not a leader, and by leader, I mean you have the foresight, you have the hindsight, and you've got the insight, you can never run a business. Let me say that again. Businesses do not survive because you've got people or you've got money. Businesses survive when they've got leadership. Leadership, I'm telling you, leadership. You are the first. I don't want to go into business leadership tonight. So let's go on. But the first thing I want you to know, if you're here and you're watching me and you've got businesses or you work in an existing system as an employee or you're an employer of labor, listen to this carefully. You are the first employer you've got. You are the first employee you've got. Yes, you hired yourself. So see yourself as an hired staff and lead yourself, because if you are not willing to follow you, nobody will follow you. Right? So the question you ask yourself is, am I willing and free, happy and excited, always eager to follow me? If you can't follow you, nobody will follow you. And business cannot survive that way. All right, let's go on. So I say to people that if I give you a tool, I give you, look at this equation, great tool plus mediocrity equals failure. Great tools plus mediocrity equals failure. Let me say that again. Perfect tool plus mediocrity equals failure. Let's look at what's going on around the world, which is quite sad. Russia invaded Ukraine. Here is it. The world has been given the equipment and tools and security materials, battle weapons and all that, battle weapons and all tools to the Ukrainians, right? Now imagine they couldn't use those tools that were given to them. Imagine they couldn't use those tools that were given to them, because the tools that were given to them were not the best of all tools, but they were tools they could use. So they gave them great tools and they could use it. Now see what we've got so far, right? Even before the invasion, everyone thought maybe within 3 days, within 72 hours, within 4 days, Kiev will be down. But here we go, third week, because the people that were given the tools can maximize the tools. So even in business, I see people go for conferences like this. I see people attend seminars like this. They have not developed their capacity, yet they go for strategies to do this, strategies to do that, strategies to do this, strategies to do that. So they come back a few days after and they say it's not working. No, it's not that it's not working. It is you that do not have the right mentality to put those tools or those strategies to work. All right, let's go on. You can be exposed to some opportunities or advantages with someone else. You can be exposed to the same opportunity and advantages to someone else, and you could see opportunities out of it, and the person do not see opportunity. The person doesn't see opportunity out of it, right? So because of my time, I expect the team to let me know how many minutes I have. right? So that I just don't keep going on, because I'm telling you, I can speak for the next 2 hours. This is what I enjoy doing. All right. So let me quickly talk. What are opportunities? Opportunities are everywhere. Opportunities are problems turned inside out. That's my own definition. Opportunities are problems turned inside out. Should I say that for someone again? Opportunities are problems turned inside out. How many of you have been on Instagram and you've seen this video that says if you have problem, call God. If you have business, call me. If you have problem, call God. If you have business, call. You've heard that song before and you sang it, right? That's absolutely wrong. If you have problem, call me, because problems are businesses. Problems are opportunities. So my own version is, if you have problem, call me. If you have business, call me. Listen, you don't run away from problems, you actually run to problems, because opportunities are problems turned inside out, right? Opportunities are problems turned inside out, right? Another thing people do where opportunity is concerned is that people wait for opportunity. They wait for opportunities. They're just waiting. Someone calls me to sign a contract. Someone calls me. Someone do this. Someone do that. You keep posting on your social media thinking someday, somehow, someone is going to call you. No, let me tell you the truth. You can create opportunities. And let me quickly tell you 3 ways how you can create opportunity. Number 1, you can create opportunity by making old things new. Should I say that again? You can create opportunities by making old things new. How do I mean? Our taxing system used to be old. You walk to the junction, you stand by the junction of your house or your community or wherever, then you wave down a taxi and you sit in the bus with everybody. That was how it used to be. You sit in the bus, you don't care if you know the person or not. But today, you can pick your phone, right? Dial some digits, and a car appears by your gate. Make old things new. Trash out the old, bring in the new. You create opportunities for yourself. That's one way to do that. Number 2 is make difficult. Okay, and making old things new. How many of us know here Airbnb? They've changed the hospitality narrative. They've changed it. Hospitality and hotels have changed because someone just thought we can make these old things, we can make it new. So make old things new. And the second thing is make difficult things easy. See, these 3 ways to create opportunities, I tell you, if you get it, you can never be stranded as a business owner, or even if you work in an existing system for an employer, or even if you are an employer on this call, you can never miss it if you know these 3 things. Number 1, make old things new. Number 2, make difficult things easier. Do you know remote control came so we can sit somewhere and tune our TVs or tune the temperature of our AC, right? As a matter of fact, you have stands right now for your phones, for your camera that has remote. Isn't that beautiful? You can make difficult things easy. So make difficult things easy. And number 3, I call this MIT, Mad Innovation Terrain. You've got to create what has never existed before. Fam, are you with me? You've got to create what has never existed before. And I call this the MIT, the Mad Innovation Terrain, where you sit down and create something that has never been. Elon Musk is that crazy guy that is always dreaming and thinking of things that has never existed before. Right? We are using StreamYard tonight. Why? Because someone sat down somewhere and created something that has never been here before. Listen carefully. You will be the most celebrated within your community or within the nation or within a terrain if you made happen something people had never seen before, and eventually it becomes something they need to use and they can't do without. Right? Make old things new, make difficult things easier, create what has never existed before. 3 ways to create opportunities. Now, let me quickly tell you something. I know there are people, business owners here. You've got businesses, right? You've got ideas. Let me quickly tell you these 4 things just for you. Then we move on. Are you ready? I hope someone is getting value tonight. I hope someone is getting value tonight. If you are getting value tonight, just type 5 in the chat box. Just type 5, number 5, just 5. Let me see the 5 rolling. Thank you. 5, let 5 keep rolling. If it's not rolling, I'm not going on. 5 is my best number, but the most powerful number is 1. Don't ask me why. I will start teaching again, and it will take another 1 hour if I have to teach with number 1. Let me see 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've seen only 5. I need to see more 5s. Paste it. Let me see it in the chat box. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Thank you, guys. Amazing, guys. All right. So that means I'm passing value and you're getting value. All right. Let me quickly give you these 5 ways you can start a business, or 5 ways you can make easy money. Don't tell anybody. Just you and I. 5 ways you can make easy money. We all like money, right? We all like money, and opportunities are problems turned inside out. So don't run away from problem, because problems solved will become money, right? All right. So number 1 way to make money or to start business is help people save time. Help people save time. Listen, we spend time on this side of the world, right? Fam, are you with me? We spend time on this side of the world. As a matter of fact, we are not spending money. We spend time. We spend time. So people do not have more than 24 hours. So when you can help them save time, they will part with their money to pay for the time. Time is life. If you have followed me on my social media for so long, you will know what I'm talking about. I've said this over and over again. I've said it in many of my videos, and I'll say it again. Time is life. That's why when someone dies, you know what we say? We say it's lifetime. Lifetime. Time is life. You know, but the problem we have in this side of the world is we do not pay people per hour. We pay people at the end of 30 days. You work 30 days and you're paid. So you don't even know exactly how much 1 hour is. You don't know, because you're paid 30 days. All you know is how much a day is, or how much 1 month is. A lot of people do not even give credence or do not even pay attention to how much a day is, right? They do not even know. But this is the point. Why we are where we are in Africa is because our time has no currency value. We don't know how much 1 hour is. So I can spend 1 hour with you without knowing how much 1 hour is. You can spend 1 hour watching a movie on Netflix without knowing what you have just spent. You just don't know what you have wasted. It's very pathetic, right? You feel me also. That's where our problem is. We don't know. So if you help people save time, you are helping them save life. They will pay you money for it. That's number 1. Because of time, let's run. Number 2, help people save money. They will pay you money for it. Is that not ironical? You help people save money and they will pay you money for helping them save money. But that's the truth. Absolutely. That's the truth. You help them save money. So they've got to buy these things for $10. But you got a better offer for them at $8. You just help them save $2. They would rather give you the $8 than give that $10 to someone else. I don't know if you get what I'm talking about. So if you help people save money, you know what? They pay you for that service. Number 3 is help people save energy or effort. Help people save energy. A lot of people do not like, not even a lot of people, all of us, we do not like exerting effort or energy too much. But help people. You know, there was a time, it's mortar and pestle, we used to make pounded yam. Then all of a sudden came this machine, you just throw in the yam and you've got your poundo yam. A lot of people not a lot of people, all of us, we do not like wasting effort, wasting time, wasting energy, burning ourselves out. So help people save energy, they pay you money, right? Number 4, help people save relationships. They pay you money. I love this so much because it's one of the things I do. And when I say I help people save relationship, I'm not a relationship coach. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm a business consultant, and every business thrives on relationship. Yeah. You heard me. If you're a salesman, you need relationship to be successful. Dr. Obon King said, in life, there are 2 hills of success. One hill here, one hill here. But in the middle of both successes, you've got the valley of failure. Valley. I wanted to say value because everything in my head is just value. Oh my God. Oh God. So now listen, there is the hill, but in the middle of it is the valley of failure every man will pass through. But the only way you will not pass through that is to build a bridge. And that bridge is relationship. So what do? I help business owners build relationship, bridges, links, systems, structures, capacity to accommodate their target audience. If you have a business with a proprietor or a proprietress, you know what you're doing? You're teaching their school how to maintain relationship with the pupil or the student and with the parent. If any of the relationship is broken, they lose their customer. So help people save relationship. Amazingly, you can see these days that relationship organizations are thriving. People surprising people on their birthday. Haven't you seen that? People want to keep relationship. They want to save relationship. And I'm not only talking about love affairs and all that, boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. It's part of it, but that's not the only thing I'm talking about. Every business around you is built on relationship. And the only way we thrive as consultants is to help them see strategies and build skill sets that they will use to maintain those relationships. You get what I'm talking about? So if they can't build those relationships or sustain those relationships, then what happens? They lose business because the buying experience being repeated. That's the essence of every business, right? You get that. So number 1, help save time, help save money, help save energy, help save relationship, and finally, help save life. Help people save life. Save a life. So help people save life. Whatever it is you do, make sure you're giving them the best of their lifetime, right? Time is not on my part. Let's keep going. Oh my God, I still have a lot to say. There are 4 parts of us that maximize relationship. If we can build it, let me check my chat box. Okay, I don't know how many minutes I still have. I don't know how many minutes I still have, but I hope you guys are getting something tonight. So I should just keep going. I should keep going until they tell me, oh boy, stop. All right, so let's go on. There are 4 parts of every man that needs to be developed. If you do not develop those 5 parts, you cannot maximize opportunity on this planet. So let me run, right? Number 1 has to do with your mental capacity. Mental capacity. The second has to do with your social responsibility. The third has got to do with your physical capabilities. Keep physical capabilities. And the last one has to do with your spiritual sensitivity, your spiritual connectivity, either way, right? So let me say that again. The mental capacity, the social responsibility, the physical capability, and the spiritual sensitivity. If someone got that, please type it in the chat box. Let me see that. Number 1, the mental capacity. The second, social responsibility. The third, physical capabilities. And the fourth, that's the spiritual connectivity. So let's quickly talk about these 4. Are we ready tonight? All right. So there are 2 things called growing up, growing old, right? Keep these 2 on your hands. Growing up, growing old. Every man, including you watching me tonight, will definitely grow old. As you go to bed tonight, or you're watching me from any part of the world, as you go to bed and you wake up the following day, you are a day older, right? You grow old every day. Every day you grow old. You don't really need to do anything about it. You don't really need to do anything about it. All you just need to do is just keep eating. Just keep eating, right? Keep eating. Keep eating, keep taking your bath. Just wake up and go to bed. You grow old. But growing up has to be intentional. Growing old, it's by nature, but growing up has to be by choice, right? You've got to make up your mind to grow up. That's where your mental capacity involves. Now, there are two other things I need us to look at, and that is nature and nurture. Nature, nurture. Remember, the first thing I said is growing old, growing up. The second is nature and nurture, right? So here we go. Nature is pre-wiring. You are wired to be like someone. You're wired to be like who you are, right? So this has to do with biological factors. You know, it's influenced by genetics. So you didn't have a choice about nature. You grew up, and to find yourself the way you are, you were given birth to, and you found yourself the way you are. You weren't given the option to select or pick how you turn out. Your genetics, your biological factors, all these are influenced by genetics. So you do not have a choice. You are pre-wired to be like you are. But here we go. Nurture is a product of exposure, experience, learning, and external engagement. What are we doing tonight? We are nurturing ourselves. How can I talk to you tonight? Because I've taken time to nurture myself. So nurturing's got to be intentional. You can't just eat, digest everything. Dr. Gon King will tell you, as he used to tell us, that the difference between the eagle and the vulture is their diet. They are from the same family, the same background, the same family. They have the same genetics. They should have actually turned out the same way. But what happened? Their diet is different. So I don't care where you're coming from. I don't care how your background looks like. All I care about is what you're eating, what you are ingesting, what you're digesting, what you are affecting, what you are allowing into yourself. Because what's on the outside does not contaminate us until it gets inside. Right? Nurturing yourself. What do you eat? See, these are books. I'm still ordering for new books. I was still online a few days ago to take pictures of some books I sent to my bookseller, that I'm ready. When I'm ready to pick up these, you're going to send them to me. When I'm ready. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. What do you eat? Who do you listen to? A lot of people would rather... See, I was doing a training a couple of days ago, and I told them this is how some people live. They live from society, they get their value from society, and they internalize the value, and they keep communicating that value to themselves inside, and they transform that value to behaviors, and it becomes their reality. Right? It becomes how on earth do you wake up every day? Apologies to everybody singing, or the guy who sang that song. I don't even know the guy. That you say if you are broke, is your business. For crying out loud, how are you declaring you want to be broke all your life? How are you saying you? It's not your business. Don't be broke. Their families are attached to you. There are people that their destiny is attached to yours. Don't be what? Don't be broke. Please don't be broke. And if you have chosen to be broke, let it be so. But for me, I am happy, I am fortunate, I am blessed, I am enviable, and I'm prosperous. That's what I say to myself every day. The society is not allowed to tell me what I internalize. I internalize it and I put it out. I tell the society who I am, and at the end of the day, that becomes my reality. So let me ask you, what are you seeing today as your reality? Because it's as a result of what you have internalized. I hope someone is getting something here tonight. It's as a result. People take the value from the society, they internalize it. That is wrong. That is an inverted way to live. That's not how we are created to live. All you're supposed to do is take the word from wherever you're created from. If you believe you're from the monkeys, that's your problem. But I know where I am created from. I'm a product of Zion. Someone say amen. All right, you take the revelation, you take who you are from the source, you internalize it, and you tell the society, get out of here, this is who I am. I know who I am, but not knowing who you are, you can't take opportunity. I'm diverting tonight because the fire is just too much. All right, let's go on. Okay, so you grow old or you grow up. Growing up is intentional. All right, so mental capacity? How can you reason? How can you think? How often do you go to Google? Do you know that Google, I'm older than Google, but Google knows many things more than I do. So I go to Google to confirm the things I do not know. How many times do you go to Google a day? Let me tell you the truth. I don't know you, but I need to tell you the truth. If you don't consult Google every day, I don't see how you want to be successful. Say it anyway. Pray as long as you pray, and tell me you fast as long as you fast. Let me tell you, there are 2 G's in this world you can never do without. 2 G's in this world you can never do without. They are my closest pal. I make them my pal. Number 1 is God. You can never do without God. Number 2 is you can never do without Google. There are some problems you shouldn't be asking God. Some questions you shouldn't bother God with. Go to Google. How many of you know that Google has 92 apps or softwares? Oh, Jesus. There is Google One, there is Google Doc, there is Google Files, there is Google Form, there is Google App, there is Google Drive, there is Google Mail, there is Google 92. How many of these are you using? So if you are not using God and you are not using Google, you are at a disadvantage. If you are only using God and you are not using Google, let me tell you the truth, your spiritual sensitivity will be alerted, but there are some things you will not be exposed to in this world. Yeah, let me tell you that. Because God will not take responsibility for man. God will do what he said he will do, but man is got to do what he needs to do. All right, so that's number 1, mental development. Oh, Jesus, I have so much time. Number 2 is social responsibility or emotional balance. You can never take responsibility. See, I said earlier that Dr. Bon King said there are 2 ills of success. In the middle of it is the valley of failure. The only way you connect those 2 ills is by people, relationships, social responsibility. How do you build relationship? Some people say, I just like being on my own. I just like, who are you? Nobody survives in isolation. Absolutely none. Nobody survives in isolation. I hear people say, I'm a self-made millionaire. Excuse me, how? I don't understand. I don't want to be a self-made millionaire. People make people millionaires. Oh my Jesus. People are opportunities. Opportunities are problems. Anywhere people are, there are problems. Don't you get it? Anywhere people are, there are problems. Anywhere people are, there are problems. Anywhere problems are, there are opportunities. Anywhere opportunities are, money is there. No one survives in isolation. So you need people. You need people. I'm on this call. Connect with me. Follow me on my social media, Instagram at Mobolaji Babalola. Follow me on my YouTube page, Bolaji Hem Babalola. Follow me on Twitter at BJ Ignite. Connect with David. Get my details. Listen carefully. I need you. You need me. David is my assistant at the tribe at Ubon King Foundation. There's nothing he can do without me. There's nothing I can do without him. We assist and support each other the same way it is in this world. You can never survive in isolation. Should I say that again? You can never survive in isolation. If you tell me here you are a believer or a Christian and you only need God, even God said, let us make man in our own image, because God knew that there are some things he can't do here on earth without man. Yeah. Someone is getting it right. All right, so let's go on. Number 3 is physical capability. What can you do physically? What can you do? Some people give themselves excuses of I am weak. I am in melancholy. What's wrong with you? Me what? I am everything. When you need choleric, I am there. Oh my God. When you need choleric, I'm there. When you need a male, oh my God, I am here. When you need a sanguine, we make life happen. And when you need a phlegmatic, I am here. That's on a light note. But physical capability, number 1, how do you dress? How do you dress? The first speaker was talking about branding. Your brand is what people see. And let me tell you, people see outside first. Listen to this. If you've not heard this before, listen to this and write it somewhere. You can never have a second chance of making the first impression right. You can never have a second chance of making the first impression right. If the first impression is wrong, it is wrong. It can't be a first impression the second time. It's not possible. That is not possible. How do you dress? How do you smell? What perfume do you use? You don't use perfume. Even now that I'm coming to speak virtually, I have my perfume on. Even though you won't perceive it. But that's the truth. I have it on. How you dress. Let me share this story. Years ago, I was a young man. I didn't have a car. And when I'm going, I just started my company. When I'm going to see CEOs in their offices, you know what I do? I have my face towel, I have my handkerchief, I have it in one pocket, I have my wallet at the back pocket. The second back pocket, I put a small foam. I cut the foam neatly, and I'll put polish in between that foam, and I'll fold the foam a little and put it at that second back pocket. When I get, because I would have trekked the whole town, no money, nothing, only ideas. When I get to their offices, I look for somewhere around the security house. I bring out that foam with the polish. I clean my shoe very well, and I enter their office. Nobody cares if you came with a Range Rover. But here I am. I've cleaned my face and I've cleaned my shoes. Nobody knew. Nobody knows. Nobody cares. But you think this is the level where I am. I'm okay with this. Forget about it. Your physical capabilities will either attract opportunities to you or will repel them. Let's go on. Your brand, how you work, walk, WALK. A lot of people just walk anyhow, drag feet on the floor, for crying out loud. You enter into an organization, they've not seen you, they've started hearing your footsteps on the floor. Oh my. Let's go on. Your brand is important. It either attracts you or it repels opportunity from you, right? Number 4 is spiritual connectivity. Everything is created twice. Absolutely everything. Let me tell you something. Guys, come closer. Let me tell you this. There are 2 sides to success. The wisdom side and the power side. To grow a business, there is the wisdom side. I teach the wisdom side. I teach strategists. I teach steps. I help with the skill set. I check needs assessment. I do the gap assessment. I build bridges to fill the gap. Wisdom path to success. But there is a power side to success. That's the side people do not see. So you want opportunities, you want potential. How about going on your knees and praying to whoever your God is? There is a power side. You can't hide it. Everything is created twice. You know what? My own Bible, tells me there is a God that rules in the affairs of men, which means men might be on the board table, in the boardroom, and God goes into their affairs and say there is a boy, Bolaji Babalola. That's the guy you should call. You don't get it. A CEO might get home and is lying on the bed and having a discussion with his wife. They are discussing budget of a project they want to do. And God, who rules in the affairs of men, comes into that affair and puts my name, into that discussion. So there is a power side to success. Power side to attracting opportunity. Let's go on. Higher. So let me mention these 3 things. People, product, and opportunities. People, product, opportunities. These 3, they're important this year if you want to attract opportunities and maximize potentials. Let me say it again. I mentioned it a few minutes ago. People, anywhere people are, there are problems. Problems are opportunities turned inside out. Anywhere people are, think about it. People, there's this bush, it's just forest, it's just wild, just there. And nobody needs borehole. Nobody needs a third road. Nobody needs nothing. Nobody needs a school or a home teacher. Nobody. But the moment it becomes an estate, or you just find 7 buildings, 12 buildings, 30 buildings, 40 buildings, they need a road, they need a borehole, they need street lights, they need electrical poles, they need bulbs, they need home teachers, they need keke, marua, they need whatever. Why? Because people moved there. Anywhere people move to, problems move there, or needs move there. And these needs and problems are opportunities turned inside out. So people who run away from problems can never maximize opportunities. People who run to problems will always maximize opportunities, depending on their capacity. Right? Get that? All right. I'm going to round off now, but I'll just quickly mention some places where there will be opportunities in the year 2022 and 2023, right? Number one, artificial intelligence. A lot of people will be needed there because people are moving into tech, right? So I'll just quickly run over this, but there's one I'm going to elaborate at the end of this, and I will leave you with that. You guys ready? Number two is data analysts. People, organizations, companies will need data analysts, or they are in need of data analysts as we speak. Sales development representative, I'm coming to that. Cybersecurity specialist, mental health specialist. Oh yes. There was a time if you tell people to go for mental checkup, they think they're mad or you're abusing them. No. These days, sane people, sane, not insane, sane people actually go for mental checkup. They just need the mental alertness, right? So web and app developers, freelance writing, but this is what I wanted to see. See, we are in an information age. We are moving to information, tech, digital. But this is my point. As you're talking to me or watching me tonight, there are some things you know that somebody does not know, right? There are some things you know somebody does not know. The greatest place where there is opportunity, I started by saying the greatest investment is the investment in self. People who do not invest in themselves, they are sabotaging themselves. Now, if the greatest investment is in self, that means helping people to invest in their self is the greatest opportunity. I hope someone gets this tonight. So there are some things you know, some people do not know, and they need. You need to start packaging. You should know the 9 blocks of business models. Now, considering the 9 blocks of business model, channel is one of the major keys to your revenue. And channels has to be the product and the way it's packaged and it's transferred to your customer, right? To your prospect. So this could be ebook, this could be podcast, this could be on your website, this could be on your page. I love the fact that the first facilitator came and told us about branding. I think my time is running out, and came and told us about branding, right? So it's important that you know that there are things you know some people do not know. Creating ebooks are crazy opportunities these days. Oh, yes. Teaching are crazy opportunities. But I started by saying capacity building. You can never teach what you have not become. You can never teach if you have no capacity. You can never coach if you have no capacity. So I started by talking to you that investing in yourself is the greatest investment. Now I'm ending by telling you that the greatest opportunity is transferring the investment in yourself to someone else. Because a lot of people would have loved me to mention where opportunities are tonight, and they send in their CV and they send it. But the point is, do you have the capacity to sustain it? If you are given what you have not built a capacity for, you will lose it. So, as I round off tonight, I need to leave you with this. The world is transactional in nature. What are you transacting? Opportunities are bettered by the transactions you make, right? Thank you very much, everyone. I love you. Cheers.
Can you hear me? Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? That was a very great session from Bolaji Babalola. We are so grateful, sir. We are so grateful. For thanks for breaking everything down. Thanks for breaking it down. Opportunities are everywhere. Opportunities are everywhere, and there is nothing too much. It is just the space that is small. I wrote a lot of things down. In fact, my notes is full. My notes is full. enlarged capacities maximize potentials. The opportunities are effects of things that have occurred, things that have happened. And opportunities are problems turned, yes, they are problems turned inside out. If you have a business and you're not looking out that you have to solve problems and look for ways to bring solutions to them. We are so grateful to you, sir. Please, if you have any questions, let us know in the comment section and share with us in the comment section. Let your questions roll in. Let your questions roll in. So much to take home. Yes, my head is full already, and I've learned so much. So if you have any question, please share with us. The questions are waiting to, the answers are waiting. The answers are waiting already, so share them. Please, if you can see any question in section, please. Sure if my network is loading comments, but if there are any questions, you can go on with the answering. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm still here. If there are any questions, I'll answer them.
Okay. I think there are questions. I think there are no questions. Thank you very much for this great session. We are so grateful and honored to have you on board. And on the very important thing for you all, actions, because this session is not something you want to just keep in your notes, keep in your books. It is something you have to put into action. What problem do you want to solve? Look around. There are a lot of problems waiting to be solved. So just look around you. What are the people around you complaining about? Think about it and look for ways to bring a solution, solve their problems. And this has brought us the end of this summit today. Thank you very much, Bolaji Babalola. We are so grateful to you. We are grateful to all our speakers. Another day. You're good to go, sir. You're good to go. Thanks a lot. So tomorrow is another day, same time, and the same station. Yes, it is still this this YouTube channel, same time, same channel. Be here tomorrow, and don't come alone tomorrow, because tomorrow promises greater things. So don't come alone. Come with your friends, come with your best friend, come with your family members, because you don't want to soak in all those things alone. So I'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful, beautiful night rest, everyone.